Good morning, everyone. I hope that you're all doing well. I wanted to provide a little bit of an overview on the peer review assignment. So this is new to me, obviously, because I just uploaded it, but the rationale behind this assignment is because in the past I've seen students lose probably the most points throughout the entire course on their final project. And so this assignment is intended to give you feedback so that you can be even more successful. And I'm hoping that as partners, and we do have one group of 3, that you'll be able to do that, to support each other in getting really great scores on this assignment. And I think you'll find, if you haven't already started on it, that this is really, this assignment is intended to allow you to really demonstrate your mastery of the course concepts that we covered. So communication plan, drafting a workflow diagram, demonstrating your ability to lead a project in terms of gaining stakeholder buy-in and developing a plan for that, and developing SMART goals. So all of those things that we've already talked about in class. And so hopefully you'll be able to share your expertise and what you've learned with your classmates in terms of feedback on their final papers. So let's get started here. I don't want this to go on too long because I do tend to ramble, but I have Unit 7 pulled up right here, and here you'll find the peer review assignment and the partners. We do have one group of 3, so hopefully the 3 of you can work out who's going to review whose paper. And let's see. So let's start off with the peer review assignment instructions. I have it pulled up right here. Okay. Oh, that's the form. One second. There it is. Okay. So I am going to read some of this to you, not the whole thing, but so as an overview, what will happen is that you will turn in your final course project to the peer review assignment submission area in Brightspace. And this is just to let me see that you indeed submitted your peer review assignment to your partner or partners, however you guys decide to do it. And so that tells me, yep, they did it, they got it to their partner. Then you're going to email your final course project to your assigned peer reviewer, because obviously they don't have access to Brightspace and to see your paper. And so with that, when you send your final project to your peer reviewer, I want you to identify the 2 sections from the peer review form that you would like your peer reviewer to focus on. Okay, and so let's just take a quick peek at that peer review form. So the way I have that set up is by section. So a critique of current medical, or sorry, current critique, I can't talk. Critique of current medication, the manual medication administration flowchart. See, what is wrong with me today? Identification of opportunities for improvement, stakeholder engagement, benefit realization and project goal statements, and the redesigned workflow for the use of the barcode. So that's actual workflow. And then your communication plan, logistics. And then here's some other elements to consider. Okay, so when you send it to your classmate via email, please identify which sections you want them to focus on. Now I'm going to head on back to the assignment instructions here. So the intent of that is really the peer review assignment is super in depth, and it could take a really long time for you to analyze your partner's paper. And so I think to just focus the review, it would be helpful to identify the 2 areas that maybe you feel that you could use the most help on, right? Or maybe where you're struggling. You can definitely ask specific questions like, could you please take a look at this point on my workflow diagram, or this specific communication element, or this specific component of my communication plan, or whatever it is. And so that's what I mean when I say that. But I would like everybody to evaluate the logistical components of the paper. So that's your APA formatting, grammatical and spelling errors, and just, the basics essentially. Okay. So everybody needs to do that. And you can obviously comment on your classmates' other sections, but I really do just want you to mainly focus on the two that they identify. Okay. So depending on how much time you have, you can do the whole thing or you can just focus on those two. All right, so but the first thing you need to do when you get your partner's paper is you really need to read the entire project report, okay? So that you get a sense of everything that they're saying and you're able to kind of put pieces together and help connect dots if you find that maybe something is a little off base or whatever, okay? So then complete the peer review form. Make sure that you're giving specific feedback on the two sections that your partner asked you to focus on. And again, all peer reviewers should review the paper for the items listed in the logistics section. I would like you to use markup in Word to denote, grammatical, spelling, APA errors, and then obviously the comments feature to ask questions or help clarify different things. Then you need to email the peer review form and the marked up Word document to your classmate. And I would like you to copy me, okay, on that email. And this will let me know that you have completed the peer review and shared the feedback with your partner. And it's at that point that I'm going to give you the points, okay? So if I don't get that copy, I won't know that the peer review is completed, okay? But that's the only way I can figure out really how to make this work without having you guys submit a bunch of things in Brightspace. So I hope that that is sufficient and will work for all of you. I don't have anything, I just made a little note here. I don't have anything against using Google Docs. And if that's your preference, that is just fine. The main thing is that you give everybody appropriate access so that one, when you provide feedback, if you send it to your partner in Google Doc, that is just fine, but make sure they have edit access, okay, so that they can provide you with the comments and feedback and use markup and all those things, right? And then you also need to make sure I have view permission so that I can see everything that was done, okay? You can obviously give me edit access as well, but you don't have to. I'm not gonna do any editing. I just need to view it, okay? So just that one caveat there that I have no problem with that as long as you set up the sharing settings appropriately, okay? All right, so that is really an overview of the assignment, okay? And so let's just take let's step back and here's the peer review form. Again, it is in a Google Doc, obviously. To download it in Word, if you prefer to use Word, just go File, Download, Microsoft Word. You can save it to your computer and go from there. For those of you that maybe have questions on the sharing settings, you simply just go to Share, and then you can type in your group member's name. I'm just going to pick on Pam here. Here's where you give editor, viewer, or commenter access. I think editor is the best option for this assignment. You can then type a message if you want. It's up to you, and click send, and they will get an email saying that access has been granted. Okay. That is that. The other thing, I just wanted to quick pull up the course calendar to just kind of show you as well where things are at. And so I know we did have a little bit of a lull here. And so some of you maybe have already started on working, on the final project, which is awesome and great. I'm glad you've taken advantage of the time. And others of you maybe just were relaxing, which is also great. So I really think that if you start it on the 26th, so next Monday, you will have plenty of time if you are able to work on it throughout the week. The way I have it set up is that you will have to submit your final project draft to your peer reviewer, your partner, by May 2nd. Then you as a peer reviewer have 4 days to give peer review feedback to your classmate, okay? And so this is where you're going to submit it in Brightspace, and you're also going to email your peer reviewer. And maybe I'll add that to this calendar after I'm done recording, just so you guys have a little bit of a reminder there. And then by the 6th, this is where you're going to need to email back your peer review feedback to your partner. And then once you get it back, you have until the 13th to turn it in, okay? So If you're far enough along and you want to submit it on Mother's Day, by the 9th, I will give you 10 extra credit points on the assignment. And so that just because then I'm not grading everything the 13th, 14th, and 15th, I am able to grade the 10th and 11th and 12th as well. And so it's kind of a selfish reason, but extremely helpful to me. So that is the timeline for the final project. And if you have any questions, of course, don't hesitate to email me. I'm happy to help you in any way that I can. Remember to, one tip for your final project, and I think that I made this pretty clear in my feedback on your change management assignments, is to synthesize. Please support what you're saying with information from the textbooks and from the literature, preferably peer-reviewed literature and not websites. Okay, that is the one tip. The other thing, I guess, the second tip I would give you is use your APA manual. Make sure that you're citing things appropriately, specifically the Oaks and Waters textbook, because I have given a ton of feedback on that. And I feel like by now you guys should have that. And remember, Oaks and Waters are editors, and this is specifically laid out in, Purdue OWL, within the APA book, lots of places on the internet to cite book editors and chapters of books that are edited. Okay. All right. That's all I have to say. I hope that you all have a great weekend. And like I said, let me know if you have any questions. All right. Take care. Bye.